Hi everyone. So as Ilham said, I'm going to be doing the chicken pizzaiola for us tonight. I was just looking at my bench while Ilham was talking. I've got like 9 ingredients. So this is about feeding a crowd with only 9 ingredients, and half of those are salt, pepper and sugar. So I'll just start the recipe. So first we're going to grate the cheese, because obviously with the name pizzaiola, as it suggests, it's going to be cheesy. It says 80 grams, but in my family, if I only gave 80 grams on a dish, I'd be killed. So I have actually 160 grams that I'm going to grate. I'm just using sorry, I forget that the noise cuts me out. So I'm using Edam as per the recipe, but I have used just normal tasty cheese and mozzarella mixed before, so that's not a problem. Just going to sit that aside for later. Don't need to wash the bowl because it's all going to go in and make that beautiful sauce. Sorry, I'm just going ahead. So now 20 grams of olive oil. Yeah, that was a flick, got it right on 20. 150 grams of onions. I've just pre-cut, so I don't take up all of our lesson today. And again, it says 2 garlic cloves. I'll never do 2 garlic in anything, so I've got 4. I'm just gonna so I'll just show you, just for those that don't have a Thermomix. So that's chopped all that in 5 seconds. Now it's going to saute for 5 minutes. So Ilham, I don't know if you want to start with anyone else.
Yeah, good idea. Val, are you ready to go? Yeah.
Yeah, all good. Okay, so today I'm making the tomato pasta with vegetables and feta. This actually makes quite a lot. I was quite surprised at how much it makes. So to start off with this recipe, you just need 1 carrot, just cut up into pieces, just into chunks. So you pop that in there. And 1 brown onion cut in half. So I'll just pop that in there as well. It also says 1 garlic clove. I can't tolerate garlic, so I always skip the garlic. So I'll just go next. So we're just gonna put the lid on, and we're gonna chop it on speed 7 for 3 seconds. So we'll just see how it's been chopped. So it's chopped there. I might just do it maybe for another couple of seconds because I can still see a bit of chunks of carrot. So I'll just scrape the sides down. Okay. I'm just going to go back, change this to 2, and again on 7. Okay. That's much better. So I'm just going to scrape down the sides. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add some olive oil and we're going to saute it. So just 20 grams of olive oil. Okay, just a little bit over, but that's okay. And we're going to saute it on 120 degrees on speed 1 for 3 minutes. So Ilham, if you want to go to someone else.
Marnie, can we go back to you, or do you want us to go to Sue? No? Okay, we'll go to Sue. Sue, are you ready to start?
Yep, hi everyone. I'm making the beef lasagna, but I'm using 2 different recipes, and I'll get my before it shuts down. So I'm using the chunky bolognese recipe for the meat base and the bechamel sauce. There is a bolognese lasagna, but I prefer a chunkier mince mix for my bolognese. So we'll start cooking. So it's 1 onion, and I put garlic in it and 1 garlic. And I'm also putting in some carrot and celery just to hide some veggies. Not that we need to hide veggies because it's just for my husband and I, but you could add zucchini as well. That's going to chop for 3 seconds. I'll scrape that down. Oh, missed a couple of carrots, so I'll give it another chop. Now we add some oil. That's better. All chopped up. Give it a scrape down. Add 20 grams of oil. A bit more. And that's going to saute for a couple of minutes without the measuring cup. That allows the steam to escape. Okay, that's going to saute for 5 minutes, so we'll come back.
Okay, I think, Marnie, you should be ready by now, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, so I've just got 20 seconds, but we'll stop it. So next we add our tomatoes. Remembering to always open your Thermomix away from you. That's nice and steamy. Oh, I should have pre-opened this tin in a second. So just 400 grams, so just 1 tin. Um, 1 teaspoon of vegetable stock. So I use the homemade stock recipe from Cookie Doo. 1 teaspoon of sugar, and that's just to cut out some of the acidity from the tomatoes. And what I've previously done before we started, I've just seasoned chicken breasts. So the recipe says for 4, but since we're doing Feed a Crowd, I actually did the whole packet, which was 1.3 kilos. So just double stacking that. Putting the varoma on. I pre-did all that, so I pre-seasoned it. So it says 20 minutes varoma on speed 1. I actually find to get the steam up and really cook the protein in the top, I actually put it to speed 2.5. Just really pushes that steam up and make sure that we don't get raw bits of chicken. That's my personal preference. It's never failed me. So Ilham, I'm
Good tip, Marnie.
20.
Increase the speed too. So yeah, so the steam gets up all the way to the top. Okay, so Val, are we ready? Are you ready for us?
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, so the next step is we're going to add 400 grams of water. So I'm just going to tar that. Okay, just a bit over, but it's okay. And then we're going to add 800 grams of canned diced tomatoes. So you can buy, I know Woolies sells a 600 gram can of these ones, or you just buy the two 400 gram cans because you know that it'll add up to 800. So we'll just pour that in there. So this is the sauce base that we're going to make. Okay, 30 grams of tomato paste. Okay, just a tad more. Okay. And 2 teaspoons of vegetable stock paste. So this vegetable stock paste is amazing. This is liquid gold. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to place the varoma on top of the lid. And we're going to scrub the varoma. We're going to add 1 red capsicum de-seeded and cut into thin slices. So I've just got my red capsicum there ready cut up. We're just going to lay it out there. Okay. Then we're going to add 200 grams of zucchini, thinly sliced, but also cut into half. So just half moon shape. Spread that in there as well. 150 grams of frozen peas. I've just popped them back in the freezer. I'll just grab them out. It's a bit warm. Like that. Should be fine. And then 200 grams of fresh mushrooms cut into thin strips. Just put that on top as well. And then 200 grams of feta cheese. Sprinkle that on top as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sprinkle it with a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of oregano, and a teaspoon of salt. Just sprinkle that on top like that. Just like that. And then we're just going to pop the lid on. And we're going to cook it for 9 minutes on varoma temperature for speed 1. Sorry, my little helper's coming.
Hi, Lexi.
Hi. Okay, over to you. 9 minutes.
9 minutes. Okay, just shout, Mani or Val, whenever you guys are ready, just shout, and then we'll go back to you. We are back at Sue. Sue, are you ready to go?
Yep. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Okay, so our onion and garlic, carrot, and celery are sauteed. So now we need 700 grams of passata, tomato passata. So that goes in. And then we need tomato paste. So I've got tomato paste and the beef stock that I've made myself with it. So tomato paste and then 30 grams of water. Worcestershire sauce. The meat stock that we've already put in, a teaspoon of oregano, basil, eighth of a teaspoon of cinnamon, and the dried chili, and some ground pepper. Okay, so the recipe asks for 700 grams of mince. I'm going to use a whole kilo, but it won't in the recipe it says put the mince into the basket. I'll put half into the basket and half into the Thermomix because you won't fit a kilo of mince in the basket. I'll put the other in there. That on. Now this is going to cook for 15 minutes at Roma, then I'm going to stir the mince, but I'm going to transfer this to my other Thermomix and I'll get the bechamel sauce started. So if anyone's made the bechamel sauce the old-fashioned way, you melt your butter and then brown your, cook your flour off, then whisk in your milk, and it's arm breaking. So my husband and I did a cook-off a couple of months ago. He did the lasagna in the Thermomix and I did it by hand. And he got to sit down and have a rest while I was still chopping and stirring and whisking. So 80 grams of butter. A litre of milk. Yep. 80 grams of flour. Teaspoon of salt. And a pinch of black pepper. I'm not putting nutmeg in it. So that's it. And now on the blending mode, it's off and cooking. So that's going to cook for 12 minutes and the mince is going to take about 25 minutes. So I'll come back to you.
Thank you, Sue. Guys, how amazing is it having two bowls? Which brings me to our current offer. So for those of you that don't have a Thermomix, right now is the best time to buy because a second bowl can cost you just $29, and that's a saving of $348. Even for those of you that want a second Thermomix maybe, or maybe to upgrade to the latest, the TM6, the latest model, bear that in mind. So now is the time to buy. Okay, so I think Mani or Val, or you guys know? Okay, then I'll go to, yeah, you ready to go? No, not at all. Okay, well, Elia, are you able to log on? I think I've seen it.
Hi, yes, I'm ready. Hi guys, so I'm making a fruit punch, fresh fruit punch, and it's in the Hip Hip Hooray book. I can't see myself. Like I'm on, right?
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah.
You want us to spotlight you so you can see yourself?
Oh, well, I don't know. Like I just.
You should be fine because we see you.
So it's in the Hip Hip Hooray, and obviously, so it feeds a crowd like up to 12, probably even more. The more, you know, if you keep adding lemonade and stuff like that. So I've got a punch bowl, and I actually saw them in Kmart yesterday for $19. So if you need a punch bowl for, you know, the coming summer, Christmas months, it'll be perfect. So I started last night because what I did is the recipe says to crush a punnet of strawberries in some water, so a whole punnet of strawberries and 100 grams of water, speed 6, and then put into ice cube trays overnight. So it says 2 ice cube trays, but I just did these big giant ones from Kmart. And then obviously, you know, the ice cubes look really cool when they're inside the punch bowl floating. So I'll take those out in a second. And now we add 200 grams of ice cubes. And then I've got fresh pineapple. So I just did half a pineapple, which is 600 grams. And then 2 oranges. I've got them here. And it's going to blend. Now this is going to blend for 2 minutes. I hope you can hear me, or else are you happy to go to someone else for 2 minutes, or I can talk over it, because it does kind of...
What's the speed? What speed are you blending at?
Speed 8. I think it'll be fine to keep talking.
Yeah, you can try, but if you don't, I'll cut you off. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, Elia. Sorry, we can't hear you. It's all good. So, but just kick me off when yours is done blending. Yeah. Mani and Val, I think you're probably still going. Yeah, you still have time, so I can go ahead and do my cake then. Perfect. Okay, so I've got. I'm doing a dessert today. We thought we'd do mains, a drink, and a dessert. So I'm doing the chocolate feta crowd cake. I love this cake because it is allergy friendly. It's an eggless cake as well as dairy free. So bear that in mind when you have a allergy party, or allergy friendly party, like you have people with intolerances or allergies that are attending, or kids parties or that sort of thing. Anyway, so I'm going to start cooking. The first thing it says is to place a casserole dish filled 3/4 full with water into the bottom shelf in the oven. And then we've got to preheat the oven to 180 degrees. And then we've got to grease and line a rectangular cake tin. And it's approximately 22 centimeters by 30 centimeters, and I've done that there. Okay. Then next, we're going to add 80 grams of oil. You guys see my thermic screen? I'll do that. I'm not sure if you can see it, but let's go. So we've got 80 grams of oil, and I'm just using vegetable oil because it's you won't really taste the oil in there, like an olive oil would be too strong. Okay, so 80 grams of that. That's only 50, so I'll add about 30 more with this one. I'm always scared of pulling these because I always spill everywhere. Thank goodness I didn't do it live on camera tonight. Okay, so 80 grams of, just gone a few grams over, but that's okay. Next, asks for 400 grams of water. Which I've got there. So we'll just pour that in. I hope nobody needs to just sound so funny. Okay. There we go. 400 grams on the dot, on the money. Next, 2 teaspoons of natural vanilla extract. So I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of that. 1, 2. This bottle is imitation vanilla and it's taking me forever. I want to finish it before I buy a new bottle. I'm just that kind of person and it's just taking me forever to finish it. Anyway, that's 2 teaspoons of natural vanilla extract, and then we've got 40 grams of balsamic vinegar. Now, I know it's strange, but I think that's kind of like the egg substitute because it actually, I think, stabilizes the cake, but also you don't taste the flavor. You don't taste the balsamic flavor in the cake. So I'm going to add that in there. Perfect. 40 grams. Next, we're going to do 2 teaspoons of bicarb. 2. And then we've got 400 grams of raw sugar. You can cut the sugar down, but I feel like this cake needs it. So I'll add the full 400 grams. Okay. There we go. And then it is 510 grams of self-raising flour. So let's get that in there. And so everything just gets added in and then it just mixes. So it's not like you've got to do the dry ingredients first and then the wet ingredients. So it's so easy and literally takes seconds to mix. And that's all it is. Somebody asking a question. Hi, Jody. Okay. So this literally, it seems like it's going quite high, but I'll show you guys. Look how high it is. Can you see that? Yeah. when it mixes, it will go a bit down. Okay, next, we're going to add 50 grams of Dutch cocoa powder, which I've got there. Spot on. Next, just a pinch of salt. That's it. Next, we're just going to add the lid and the measuring cup to the lid. Next, and then it's going to mix for 30 seconds on speed 5. So I'm not sure if I'll get it cut. Can you guys still hear me? Yeah. Right, just the 20 seconds. I don't know. I'll show you what the cake looks like. And then, because I've got one pre-made. Just give me 1 second because we're literally on 5 seconds to go. Okay. Next, it's asking me to scrape down the sides of the bowl, but I'll show you what it looks like first before I do. So it's mixed it in and then it's going to ask for another mix, but yeah, it's all the way to the top, and that's how you know it's going to make heaps. So it's asking you just to scrape the sides, just to incorporate that all into the mix. Yeah. And with there being no egg in there, you can actually get the kids to lick the spatula. Not that, I mean, when we were little, we used to lick the spatula whether it was egg or not, but yeah, now that there's no egg in there, you can actually get them to lick the spatula and it tastes so good. Anyway, 10 seconds, speed 6 this time. Okay, and then what it's going to do is just ask us to pour the mixture into our prepared lined and oiled or greased baking tin. And then we're going to place it in the on the top shelf, so above the casserole. Remember earlier I mentioned that there's another dish like there's a casserole all around, but a casserole dish is going to go in on the bottom shelf with 3/4 filled with water. So this is going to go on the top shelf, and then it's going to cook for 40 to 45 minutes. Until a wooden skewer or any skewer placed and inserted into it comes out clean. And then this is what it looks like once it's done. It's so soft and moist. It's absolutely delicious. Look at that. So good. And I mean, this one's actually freezable too. So if you have heats left over, you can freeze it. And yeah, I actually packed them for lunchbox snacks too. And that's my my presentation done for the night. So I don't know who's next. Do we have anybody ready to go, or no one's ready to go? Oh, Elia, sorry, Elia. Yep, Elia's ready.
Hey, I'm good. So I've got the giant strawberry cubes in here. I've crushed up the pineapple and the orange. So I'm going to pour it in. Okay. And then top up with lemonade. And I was saying before, but you can hear me. So I cut up some strawberries. I've cut up some oranges, some passion fruit to float up the top, just to, you know, put it at the top and let it float. And then from my garden, I had some roses. So I put them inside the passion fruit as well, so they can float on top of the punch bowl. And I've got like little rose petals, you know, the dried rose petals that you can put on top as well to make it look pretty. And the 2 little glasses, my husband's excited to drink some. I'm going to probably add Malibu to mine. But I feel bad because last year when we used it, the glass ladle broke. And so I was trying to look for my soup one and I couldn't find it. So I made hubby run to the shops at 7 o'clock to get me the soup ladle so I can, you know, so I can use it. But yeah, so that's it. I'm going to keep adding more lemonade and I'll decorate the top and then I'll take photos and I'll send it and we'll send it all in the email.
Perfect. Thank you, Elia. Does Valentina or Marnie, you ready to go? Yeah.
I'm ready to go too.
Oh, you ready? You both ready to go? I don't know. Find it out.
I've got to.
Mine takes 10 seconds.
Okay, go, because mine's going to cook for a bit longer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, mine's just transferring into a dish. So. Oh, yum, yum. Sorry. No one else can see it with all the steam, I'm guessing. So those chicken breasts, so I'll just put it straight onto the lids. Oh, interesting. So they're fully cooked through. So this next little bit is just about getting it all gooey in the oven. So just getting an oven dish. That's my oven dish. Just place these massive chicken breasts. Put them in the oven dish. I'd already put my oven on just because I knew that's what was going to happen. At the same time, my tomato sauce is cooked. So all we do is pour that over, and the oven's on at 200 degrees. So even though I had, nearly double the chicken breasts, you really don't have to double the sauce because that is covered. You don't have to put any extra sauce in. As I said, you do have to double the cheese if you live in the Bateman household. So sprinkle that on, and I'm just going to put that in the oven for an extra 10 minutes, just until the cheese is all melted and just starting to brown on the top. So Val, over to you.
Thank you, Marnie. It looks delicious. Okay, so the next part of this is where steamed it for 9 minutes. So it's saying to remove the varoma. So we'll just take the varoma off. Just take it off so it doesn't drip. And then we're going to be adding 350 grams of short dried pasta. So like your penne, so you can use penne. So we just pop the pasta into the bowl, just like that. So you can use penne, you can use, I can't pronounce this, I think it's conchigle and fusilli. My apologies if I mispronounced it. So 350 grams of short dried pasta. Then we're going to pop the varoma back on into position. So the pasta is going to cook in there. And we're going to cook it for 10 minutes on the wooden spoon speed. So we'll do that with, and it says cook it until the pasta and vegetables are cooked for a long time by 2 minutes if necessary. So this is a great all-in-one dish, and it does make quite a lot. It actually fills up a massive bowl like that. Some other great pasta dishes that can feed a crowd. There's a chicken with spinach and almond pesto tagliatelle, or just a normal chicken pesto tagliatelle. You've also got like a tart dish, which a couple of us girls have made, the tart bourguignon. That's quite a big size as well. It's enough to feed like a good 8 portions. And you can also do something similar to Marnie's one as well, Basque chicken. So there is a few recipes in there that do feed large portions. And you can do that. You can actually filter it in your cookie dough. So in your filters, just add, just click on the 8+ portions, and you'll get a whole list of recipes that cater for 8+ portions. So Ilham, I've got another 9 minutes to go. So if anyone else is ready, they can check.
I just wanted to show you, ladies. This is what the batter looks like. I just put it into it's so silky. I'll show you what the bowl looks like right now. So what I usually do at this point is actually, for any batter, if I've made any cake batter, see how you've got like some chocolate or whatever batter stuck on the on your blades. I just put it back in the put it back on, and then I just whip the blades for a few seconds, and it will actually kick all that extra batter onto the sides of the bowl, and then it will be easy to just scrape it off and put it in with the rest of the batter there. Okay, Sue, how are we looking, Sue? Are you ready to go?
My bechamel sauce is done. So there it is there. I've just got another 15 minutes on the mince. I've just stopped it and stirred the mince around in the basket. I ended up putting more mince in the basket because I couldn't close the lid, but that's cooking for another 15 minutes. The feta crowd chocolate cake I actually cooked on Monday at school. I have my TM5 at school in the hospitality kitchen, and I'd gone to the office to take something up there, and all the girls looked at me because I'm always taking leftover cakes up for them, and I had nothing. And they said, "Oh, you've got no leftovers?" I said, "No," because they were hungry. So I went back to the kitchen, and we didn't have any eggs in the fridge. So I cooked the feta crowd chocolate cake for them, and I'd had some marshmallows in the in the cupboard. So I put marshmallows on the top of it when it had come out of the oven, and the heat of the cake melted the marshmallows on top, and they had that for afternoon tea. But without the marshmallows, it's a great cake for vegans because I'm a cake decorator as well. And when somebody wants a vegan cake, that's a good cake because there's no dairy, no eggs in it. So yeah, a good crowd pleaser. I'll come back when the mince is finished to construct it.
That is such a good idea about the marshmallows. Oh my goodness, my kids will go nuts if I ever do that. They'll go crazy. They'll really like this cake by itself, but oh my goodness, can you imagine with marshmallow? They'll go.
I don't know if you can still buy the red tulip really paper thin after dinner mince, because they're really good too if they still sell them to put on top of your chocolate cake when it comes out of the oven. And the heat of the cake melts the after dinner mince onto the cake, and the mint flavour goes through the cake.
Oh, good idea. Thanks for that. Yum, that sounds delicious. Okay, so Elia, do you reckon you're done, or has Elia finished her presentation? You're on mute, Elia.
Hey, sorry. It looks really good. I don't know if you can see, I've got the giant ice cube in there.
That looks so pretty.
Yeah, it looks so good. And I took a photo with everything in. Of course, everything started sinking down, so I didn't give it time. But if once it's settled, it'll look nice with everything. But yeah, how good is that? So nice and refreshing.
Awesome. I think this, well, you probably still have time, Marnie, you will have time we still got time. So the only thing I can, because well, this is going to go in the oven too. What I can talk about though in the meantime is that I'm just going to show you, I'm going to share my screen. And I want to talk about, can you guys see that? Hold on, let me minimize. Can you guys see what I've got on the screen right now? The earning, okay. So if anybody is interested in joining our team, November and December is the time to join. I know I said that about the bowl, blade and lid, buying it now, but if you don't have a TM6, you can earn it. So you will earn it within 6 sales. But in saying that, the same time you're earning your Thermomix in 6 sales, we also, for the month of November and December, have an awesome incentive. And we only need 6 sales to earn it. So imagine earning by just selling 6 Thermomix, you can earn yourself a Thermomix, a TM6, as well as a portable gas pizza oven, which is what you can see over there, as well as a cookie dough subscription, the new one year or like an annual cookie dough subscription, which is the new 3.0 coming up soon. I don't know if you guys heard about it. It's actually where you can, it's pretty much the current cookie dough, but you can actually update or upload, shall I say, your recipes, whatever you're currently cooking traditionally. You know, you'll have to convert it and actually do it manually in the Thermomix. Now we're going to be able to load our own recipes onto Cookie Dough 3.0, and then you can actually follow the recipe guided as opposed to trying to think and remember what the next steps were and whatever. So now you can follow it once you've uploaded it. So that's Cookie Dough 3.0, as well as a $125 Mix Shop voucher and the new blade cover that is also a peeler, a potato peeler or veggie peeler, carrot peeler, whatever you want to call it. And that's, we also, you can also earn it this month if you join the team. So that's a total value of $3,784 $2,000.90. Can you imagine that? Oh my goodness. I want to actually not be a consultant just to sign up again, just to actually earn all of that. But yeah, if you guys are interested, speak to your consultant, speak to Sandra. If you or any one of our consultants, speak to us directly. I mean, customers at least, speak to us directly, and we'll be able to give you more information. We'd love for you to join our team. Okay, that's the one thing that I wanted to show you. And then if I can share the other one, where we at? This one. Okay, share screen. This one. Okay, so I did mention before that we have the the 2 bowls with the Thermomix currently, and you can actually purchase, if you're not interested in becoming a consultant, we still have the 36 months interest-free finance option available, and that works out to about $16.83 per week. And so the total indicative repayments works out to about $2,624. So speak to your consultants. If you don't have a consultant, you can speak to any one of us, and we'll be able to help you get your Thermomix on your kitchen bench sooner. I don't know, ladies, does anybody else have anything to say while we wait on? Oh, Elia, that looks good. Do you guys have anything to say or talk about while we wait on everyone else's dishes to cook? Marnie, you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. So I'm just trying to figure out how to hold this hot dish up and let everyone see. All I can tell you is it smells fantastic in the house right now. Pity that my family's already eaten. So there you go. That's it. I'll take a photo and we'll add the recipe link afterwards in an email. And that's me done.
Just got Carol asking what the name of the vegan cake is. It's called the chocolate feed a crowd cake. Thank you, Marnie. That looks absolutely divine. I don't know, Val?
I've got about 40 seconds.
Yep, I think you can go. I think you can talk for 40 seconds.
Yeah, I can talk for 40 seconds. Okay, so yeah, so what's going to happen now is once the cooking has finished, I'm going to check the pasta and the vegetables they're cooked. If they're not cooked, I'm just going to prolong it for another couple of minutes. So it's just cooling down at the moment. It smells so good. And if you guys are here, it smells beautiful. Okay, so just cooling down. 5 more seconds. Okay, so I'm just going to check this to see if it's cooked. Yeah, it looks cooked. Yeah. I'll just check the pasta. So the pasta's still a bit hard, so I might just cook it for another couple more minutes, just the sauce. But the vegetables are definitely cooked. So if anyone, Sue, are you almost done? No?
Sue's on the other side of the kitchen.
So I'm going to cook this, Ilham, for another 2 more minutes.
Yeah, that's all right, Sue.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm back. I just stopped it early because it's going to go in the oven, so just chop it up a bit. So that's our minced sauce. So to construct your pizza, your lasagna, I'll just bring this up, clean this up. So we just put some meat sauce on the base so your pasta, your lasagna sheets doesn't stick. And there's lots of lasagna recipes on Cookie-Doo. There's a chicken and mushroom and vegetarian lasagna. I'll just fill those gaps. Then we'll put some cheese sauce. And how easy is a cheese sauce, not having to whisk all the lumps of the flour out? hands-free white sauce. And I'm going to sprinkle some cheese on top of that. And more mince. This would easily feed 8 people, if not more.
So I actually don't cook the mince. I cook a kilo of mince, but I don't cook it in the basket. I cook it directly in the bowl. And then, yeah, same thing. Easier for me. But I know it's not as chunky as yours is then.
Yeah, because it's done in the basket, the meat stays a bit chunkier. Put some more white sauce. And the mince that's in the bowl does come out fine, but when you mix the chunkier mince with it, it balances itself out.
That's such a good idea. I'll do that next time and let you know how it goes.
Oh, some more cheese. If you didn't want to use lasagna sheets, you could lay out partially cooked sweet potato or zucchini. A big chunky bit there that I missed.
So that's like 3 layers now, Sue. That's big.
Yeah. Use up all these broken bits. Some more cheese, and then that's ready to go in the oven. And this will get frozen in portions because my husband and I won't eat all of this. There you go. There's our lasagna.
Yum, that's good. And so you put them in portions in the fridge, in the freezer, you said, and then you just take them out as you need them?
I'd say a dozen people. Easy.
Yeah.
You eat a lot of lasagna.
Yeah. And it's quite large, it's quite like tall too, because you've got like all that layers.
Yeah, it's this deep.
Wow.
Because the ones you buy in the shop are just pasta and a little bit of mince, anything in between. Homemade, and it's so much nicer the next day after you've cooked it as well.
Yeah, and by the time you add a salad with it, that would feed heaps.
Yeah, so you'd only need like 10 or 12 people, I reckon.
Yeah. Thank you, Sue. Val, are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready. So I cooked it actually for an extra minute. So I've cooked it and I've just mixed it. Oh, this is actually quite hot. I just grabbed my gloves. Didn't realize the bowl was that hot. So I'll just show you. You can see, but that's it there. So that's your tomatoes with tomato pasta with vegetable and feta. So what you can do if you wanted to, it doesn't look as presentable because it just looks all mixed together. But if you wanted to make it, like if you're having people over and you want to present this for like for Christmas or something like that, you can sprinkle a bit of parsley or just crumb a bit more feta if you like your cheese, and then just serve it with the parmesan if you wanted to, but you don't have to because it's already got the feta in there. But yeah, it feeds a lot. Like this is gonna, this will be dinner and lunch tomorrow, at least.
Well, when I made that one, it took my family forever to finish it. It was
There is so much. You don't realize, like you cook it all in there, but you don't realize, you think, oh yeah, that's not going to make that much. And I think the portions are like 4 portions. I don't think this is 4 portions. I think this is like 8 plus.
Definitely. That's like the other recipe that Sandra made last week, the one that I was sharing about the chicken and chorizo hot pot. It says 4 portions. That can quite easily serve 10 people. I had heaps of food for days too. And so good too. It's yummy. Like, I think everyone presented the dish now, haven't we? Yep, that's our class for this evening. I know everybody must have missed Sandra and her bubbliness. We just were trying to wing it tonight. Thank you, ladies or gentlemen, for joining us tonight, and we appreciate you joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed. And please be kind. Tell Sandra we were good.
We're always good, Ilham.
That's good.
No questions before we go?
Yeah, if anybody has questions, happy to answer them. Thank you, Jen.
Yeah. Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.
Oh,
And cheers,
want that
guys.
punch.
I added some Malibu.
Yum.
Cheers.
That looks so good, Ilya.
Yeah, it's so good.
Really drink.
So refreshing.
Yeah.
It looks peach. It looks like a peachy color.
Yeah, well, I think because now the strawberry ice cubes are melting.
Ah,
So, you know, it's changing color.
Yum.
thank you, Anne. Appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. I'm going to stop the recording.